Hey guys, well, as you can see, we are in Buenos Aires. I want to talk to you today about why you should consider having yourself a ski holiday in the summer and why it doesn't have to be as wintry as one thinks as well. There's many reasons to have a ski holiday in the summer. One of the most important reasons actually for me was that I didn't really feel I ever got to that expert level and dynamic level of skiing until I actually started doing back-to-back seasons. And I think many of us know what it's like when you finish your ski holiday and it's February or March and you think, that's it for a whole year or at least 10 months before I get back on snow. And having, the rhythm and flow, it just falls to pieces again when you're off snow for 10 months. No matter how much uphill training you do and try to simulate the movements, in the fitness studio, you still want to be on snow. So that's obviously the first main reason. Just in case, this is Casa Rosada behind me where the government sits. And the other main reason is to do with the fact that it's actually not hard winter here. I mean, look, today it's 15, 16 degrees here in Buenos Aires. It's normally dry and blue skies when I'm actually in Buenos Aires most of the time. You see palm trees in the background. And it can be a great summer location in the winter. We have just come back from 3 nights in Iguazu, and the Iguazu waterfalls is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, sitting right on the Argentinian-Brazilian border. It is a phenomenal place to go, and it's a cheap flight to fly from Buenos Aires for 1 hour 30 up to the Brazilian border and spend time in the sun. I was lying outside by the pool. It's an incredible location, Argentina, because it goes from the north of Argentina, which is the rainforest there, right down to the south to Ushuaia, where you are basically into the Antarctic Circle. You have such a diverse nature here, and of course the famous Route 40 that you drive along Patagonia, visiting El Calafate or Porto Madryn, for example, where you can see wonderful whales and walruses and penguins and all these sort of things right on the beachfront. You don't even have to go out on a boat. This is why Argentina is so attractive for a summer vacation, because it's not just tied to flying out here and it's only skiing. It's actually skiing plus, it's skiing on acid, because there's so many other things you can do. And the other great benefit of flying to Argentina, instead of, let's say, New Zealand, where we have courses, it's 1 long-haul flight for most people. New Zealand's often 2 long-haul flights. You end up having a situation where you have to jump on 1 long-haul flight, get to Hong Kong or wherever, jump on another long-haul flight, and then jump on an interim flight when you get to New Zealand. Argentina, 1 long-haul flight to Buenos Aires, and then you've got a short hop to Bariloche after that. Now, the other big reason why I'm attracted to Argentina more than most other locations is actually to do with the fact that there's the blue rate here. What's that mean? Well, it basically means that, in stupid terms, hey, it's bloody cheap here. I mean really cheap here. Sollen wir so bleiben? It's really cheap here because, and the reason it's cheap is this blue rate. The official rate for €1 or $1, they're about similar-ish today, is about 130. So if you exchanged $1 or €1 today into pesos, you are going to get 130 back, 130 pesos back. However, the blue rate is actually 300 today, 300. So that means that, let's say out here, I would say Buenos Aires is relatively similarly priced for food, drinks and stuff like that as Europe. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper, but relatively similarly priced. It's not a cheap place to come when you look at it in the normal currency exchange. However, when you use the blue rate, it's 50 to 60% cheaper than in Europe. It's that simple. Like a pint of beer, a large beer at the minute here is less than €1. Go to McDonald's, you'll pay €2.50 for a cheeseburger and chips. Eat a steak dinner and drink red wine, you're going to pay €9–10 a head. It obviously depends. If you go heavy, like, Michelin star luxury, we were in a really nice restaurant last night where the price would have been about €180, about €90 a head. it cost us 83 euros. And I'm talking Michelin star though, I'm talking high level food there. So 40 euros a head for Michelin star food because we're using hard cash. Now, like anything, obviously, when we use cash, there's always that problem of, oh, I need to bring cash into a place. Now, you're obviously limited to 10,000 euros or $10,000 officially, but that can take you a long way. Now, hotels in Argentina, they don't charge foreigners value-added tax if you pay by credit card. And that's because they want you to pay by credit card because actually to you, it actually will end up more expensive if you pay by credit card than if you paid by cash. Because in theory, if you brought, let's say a 5-star hotel here can be 130 euros a night for a good 5-star hotel, you wouldn't be charged tax on that. But if you change that 130 euros into pesos and then paid the hotel in pesos, yes, they charge you the 20% tax, but it's still going to end up being only about 75 euros a night. You have to be a little bit savvy and know what to do. Today, for example, I'm going to change money here in Buenos Aires. I'm going to take 1,000 euros and I'm going to go up the famous street in Florida. This street in Florida, you see a lot of people talking. They'll be shouting at me going, cambio, cambio, casa de cambio, and things like that. And what that basically means is they're trying to change money with you. They're not a bank, okay? It's, you know, it's the desperation for locals to get hold of dollars and euros that they're not allowed here. You know, they're only allowed very minimal quantity of dollars and euros. So they give you this super good rate. The business people here will give you a super good rate, and that's basically what's going on. It's a form of money laundering that the government knows fine well it goes on. Interestingly, about 3 years ago, before COVID, when I was last here, the government tried to stamp out the blue rate and get rid of it. And it thought to itself, what we'll do is, to get rid of the blue rate, is we'll bring the bank rate up to the blue rate. And that'll get rid of all these people. And then we'll change the rates again. They tried it, it didn't work. It worked for about maybe a week or two. But after that, basically what happened was the blue rate came back. And it's come back and it's on acid. I tell you, it's gone mental. When I first came down here, I was getting 7 pesos to the euro. Now I'm getting 300 pesos to the euro. So a lift pass, for example, I saw this here in Bariloche, for example. Jesus, are they expensive? Lift passes, they're on like American lift pass prices, insanely expensive. But of course, you as a tourist coming in here can buy your lift pass with cash. You're going to get them at the blue rate. The lift passes are now much cheaper. And that's the sort of tricks you have to do. I think a lot of people are put off because, you know, Argentina, obviously it's a more foreign country. There's not so many people that speak English here, for example, so it's good to have a little control of Spanish. But of course, if you come and do your course with Ski Instructor Academy, then that's where we help out. You know, we can help out with exchange currency, we can help out with the lingo, we can help out with lift passes, we obviously book the hotels, we sort out the food. So everything becomes in this cost-effective package. And people often look at our 6-week, for example, course down here in Argentina for ski instructor and think, how on earth can they make a course at that price in a 5-star location with lift pass, training, all the exam costs and everything at that price? Well, this is how, because we're manipulating currencies and working together with different people. This is how it's done. Now, if you want to come down here and just do a 2-week camp, for example, then that's what I would suggest, because you could do 2-week camp down here and have a week's travel somewhere else, or even 2-week traveling as well. And we've had a lot of people come and do that in the past. They'll combine traveling with doing the skiing and the snowboarding with Ski Instructor Academy. So I'm giving you a few reasons already as to why you might want to be doing your course down here with Ski Instructor Academy in summer, or advanced training with us here in summer. And on top of that advanced training that I'm talking about, I should mention that we have obviously down here the best core team of trainers. You know, people who come to Argentina with us are the selected few. We pick our best trainers, we're bringing them down because for them as well, it's a great opportunity to be on snow again, but equally, it's a great holiday down here. It's a great atmosphere down here. It's extremely friendly down here as well. So we really would strongly encourage people to consider a summer ski vacation. Well, it is a winter vacation still, but to you lot, it's a summer vacation for those reasons. One, it keeps your feet. It keeps your feet in skiing. You know, you're still on it all the time. You're not having as much time off. You will, even after one summer on skis, you'll notice the difference when you get back onto snow in the winter, that you are much more grounded quicker. That's the first thing. And everybody who's at the high level who does back-to-back seasons will tell you the same. You know, it's so much easier when you do back-to-back. On top of that, Buenos Aires is a great place to travel. It's a cheap place to travel. It's a cheap place for hotels. It's a cheap place for food, wine and beer. It's a friendly country. You can get by on the little language that you have. People will understand you. But of course, if you want, come with Ski Instructor Academy and we will look after you. We have, you know, a fantastic 5-star location for our hotel. We have Cerro Cathedral, Bariloche, and hey, boy, is it snowy in Bariloche this year. I mean, there's another 60 centimeters falling this week alone. It's incredible how much snow they're having this season. So I can't wait to show you Bariloche. We fly to Bariloche tomorrow, and I'll be podcasting from there. And of course, we're going to be doing, when my trainers join me in 10 days' time, we'll start to do on the snow stuff. We'll start to show you some of the ski techniques that we want to talk about. We'll talk about, you know, more things to do with actual skiing and snowboarding itself. But at the minute, I really wanted to introduce you to Buenos Aires and show you that it's not such a bad place to come. And you can balance it. It doesn't have to be just winter, if that's, you know, if that's what you're worried about. It can have that summer, spring touch as well. I hope to see you on the next few podcasts. It's going to be really interesting down here in Argentina. We're going to be doing off-hill and on-hill training. Can't wait to continue. Bye for now.